Good day, God bless you. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am your host, Zach, and this is Tip 2 Tip. Today we are on the bike again. It has been a wonderful holiday season in Shakopee, Minnesota. We have, uh, we have enjoyed a little festivities outdoors. Wasn't the greatest weather, a little chilly, a little tiny snow, but we walked around. We got to see some fireworks, and before that, tree lighting and some vendors and food, little tiny bit of food, and kind of a small little get together. But got me to thinking about what's important in life and spending time with my family and child and all my children and friends. And I watched an interview with some retired people last night, and this guy had sold everything he owned to move to a different country and just to enjoy life there, just because it was cheaper to live there. The guy was interviewing was asking him, do you miss any of those things? And he had decades of collecting fishing equipment and boats and all the antique fishing poles, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, he didn't miss any of those things. It's just stuff. He didn't, you don't love stuff. The guy was like pointing at the couch. He was like, you care about that couch? And the guy was like, not a bit. I care about the people in it. And that was the point, caring about the people. The guy had only been retired in this country for I think it was about 5 weeks or something. And he didn't miss any of his stuff, but he missed his family and his friends. And so what's important in life. And, got me to thinking about my family, which of course, you love all your family. You don't hold a grudge. You don't hold things against them. You all have your differences. For me, it's some religious differences and political differences and just life choice differences. I have tons of friends that drink and do drugs, and so, of course, I don't hang out with them ever, but I still love them, and I still want the best for them, and, I don't say, well, we can't be friends unless you quit doing this and this. We just, I just don't hang out with them as much anymore. Oh, hello. Thank you for stopping by. We're just going live, guys. We're riding on a bike. It's a little later in the evening. It's like 8 o'clock because we went to our little holiday celebration. So we didn't get back from that until that ended at 6, and we ran to the grocery store, got back at 7, and ate some dinner. So I'm getting on the bike a little late, but just wanting to talk about what's important in life and when you prioritize the things in life that actually matter. Hello. Thank you so much, Hector, for stopping in. What's up, Sleepy Rowboat? Good to see you guys stopping by. Please give me that thumbs up. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And of course, I always say, don't be afraid to hit that super thank you, super chat. Can't remember if you can hype the videos. Do what you guys can to support the channel. Plastics, baby. Bash for the world. Hello, Hector. So good to see you on the channel. Happy you guys are stopping in to say hi. I'm wanting to talk about what's important in life because I'm relating it to, how do you diet and how do you work out? And, obviously on this channel, I don't overemphasize working out. What are you doing? I'm just riding on a stationary bike right now. You can kind of see there's a fan. Well, I don't even have it on the ceiling there, and I don't have a great mount. I'm just on my cell phone right now. Speaking of that, I do plan on buying a better camera on January 1st. Been out of work for a while because I had a stroke and I'm on disability, and I don't want to invest into any equipment right now and for taxes and stuff, so I'm just going to wait till the new year. But then I'm going to get a new, a Sports Pro camera type thing and some better mounting equipment and maybe some headgear and some different tripods and stuff where I can set it up a lot better, make some higher quality videos. But talking about, oh, hello. Can't quite pronounce that name, but still thank you for stopping by and saying hi. Please give me that thumbs up, hype the video, super chat, super thank you, subscribe, and follow along. I started out 315 pounds way before I started the channel, but I had got down to 270 pounds when I started the channel, and now it's been a few years, and I've been up and down, but I'm 240 pounds. And I've gotten down to as low as, since the channel started, I've got down to maybe 233, I think was the lowest, and that was just 2 weeks ago. And so what I'm talking about though is the importance of, like, you're never going to lose weight if nothing else is going right in your life. You know, you never, these people where they think everything is just always going wrong and always against them, it's half self-created because you don't appreciate anything that you have and you don't do any work to make anything better. You actually actively make it worse and then complain when it's worse. So, I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm praising the Lord. I survived a stroke. I still have my family and my health, and things are going well. I'm recovering well. I feel fine. You know, my balance is recovering. Had the stroke in my cerebellum in your brain, so I have like lifelong permanent brain damage right now. And it's not what's important. You know, what's important is serving the Lord Jesus Christ and getting on track in life. Hey there. Thank you for stopping in. Jesus is Lord, brother. Yes, thank you. This is my point exactly. And if you don't have faith in Christ, that's okay too. I still want to be your friend. I still want to communicate with you and have interactions together. I don't have negative feelings towards anybody. I just want to do the best in life. And so being the channel is, you know, it's tip to tip and it's tips about life and weight loss and, you know, like I said, fitness and a little bit of finance and a little bit of religion and a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but, you know, just how to be great and how to be better. And so today, just thinking about the important things in life helps you be better. So like I said yesterday or the day before about if you're arguing with your wife about money, you're admitting that money is more important than your wife. Love you and oh, bless you, you're not living. Yes, sir. Yeah, that is correct. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Just talking about, you know, recovering from the stroke and accepting the realities of life and death. And, you know, oh, you had a stroke. You don't know when you're going to die now. Well, you didn't know when you were going to die either. Anyway, nobody does. Just as I said this, a guy just died. He just slipped on the sidewalk and smashed his head open. You know, it happens all day, every day. And so I'm saying my point is live the good life, man. We're here. Like, I think about these people that have like $10 billion in the bank and they're just Scrooge. Well, maybe not even them rich people. Just the moderately rich people. Just say like 2 million. And they worked so hard for it. Because 2 million isn't mind-blowing rich nowadays or anything. It's just on the edge of, you know, you got a good, you know, retirement set up. But then they work so hard for it that they retire at 65. Never spend a dime of it because they work so hard to have it. And it's just such tight, you know, penny pinching misers that, you know, and then they drop dead 10 years later on average within 10 years and, you know, with $2 million in the bank. And it's like, that's what you worked for, to die with $2 million in the bank? And I'm not talking about the importance of the money in the bank. I'm talking about your life. You know, what are you living for? Because that life was to have money in retirement, but then never, you know, like I would rather have just say $0 in the bank, but $5,000 a month coming in for the rest of my life, and that's it. I wouldn't need I'm gone. I'd retire tomorrow and I'd be gone. Hi, blah blah blah, or get sick. Yeah, you know, people will say, well, I'm not going to retire because I might get sick. Well, you might need medical. You might blah blah. You know, yeah, anything might. You might get hit by lightning as soon as you walk out the front door tomorrow. You know, I might jump in the car to go to the grocery store tomorrow and get T-boned by a semi and be done. You got to live for the joy of life. You know, you can't constantly be in fear. Like I do plan to retire like in the Philippines, where my wife is from. Less developed island, less developed country. You know, definitely not the access to as high of quality of medical care. But that just tells me then take care of yourself. I mean, these people ain't doing nothing but getting rich off you anyway and milking your insurance premiums. So it's like, learn how to take care of yourself, learn what's important. So back to what's important then. So then the most important thing is my health then. I worked 50 years. Yeah, I'm going on it. I mean, I've worked about 40, a little over. If you count that I got my first paper route when I was like 12 years old, yeah, I've been working 41 years. You know, because I went from that to a part-time job working and going to school in high school, and then as soon as I got out of high school into a full-time job, and I've been at it ever since. And I got a divorce like 14, 15 years ago now, and that really set me back financially, but didn't set me back mentally. Like, it stole my financial future for sure. Like, I would have been, I had, well, I guess you can talk about finances then as far as related to the channel, and how easy it is if you just don't love it. Just like, say, a 401k plan, and you just put 20% away starting at the age of 18. Like, you'll never have to worry about money for the rest of your life after that. Just work till you're about 58 and 55, even 50. Get some rental properties, investments in there. You're going to be a multi-millionaire like anybody would. It's simple. There's nothing to it. Right? My job doesn't have a 401k. Doesn't matter. Same thing. Take your, open, there's tons of free or dollar a month investment apps. I use multiple. I think I have about 3 or 4 different investment apps on my phone right now. And they're super easy to use. You could direct deposit into it, or you could just transfer money to it when you have a few extra bucks, and it's just so easy. Like, it's just fire and forget it. And so I've made this comparison before, because money is about having an excess of money so that you have extra, and then so that you can save it and put it away for the future and build up that. For me, it's not a nest egg. I'm not looking for an egg to crack open when I retire and then just milk it out and hope it lasts till I die. I just want to build up a small, just a monthly amount of money, like, coming in. People talk about, like, passive income, like owning real estate or investments and stuff, which is obvious to me. Like, of course that's what you're looking for, is passive income. But, like, Social Security is even passive income, because you don't work for it, you get money every month. And I have a pension, it's the same thing. I won't work for it and I'll get money every month. That's all passive income. And so just find a way to build up some more, which, not easy to do right now, being out of work and not making any money hardly at all. But still, it's actually helping. I bet you I'm going to end up with more money 5 years from now than if I wouldn't have had to go through this tough financial time again. I still swear that human beings are designed to struggle and suffer. It's what brings joy out of life. If you never struggle and you never suffer and you never face challenges to overcome and then, like, be happy you overcame them, like, that's the joy of life. And so, yeah, I had a stroke. I want to lose like 70 more pounds and just be ripped and way healthier. And I've cut my spending down. Well, when you have no money, it's easy to not spend money. And so it's actually been a blessing. I had enough money to pay my rent for a few months, and that's it. Buy food. We haven't spent money on anything else. We're obviously not going on trips and vacations, and, I'm not buying any of my hobbies or interests. But let me equate that then, because you're just talking about finances, and it's pretty simple. You have a few extra bucks, you pay off your debt. You got 100% of your income, no matter what it is. 50 grand a year, 100 grand a year, 500 grand a year, whatever it is. You use 20% of it to pay off your debt. Live on 70% of it, and you could live on way less than that, but just say live on 70% of it, pay off your debt with 20% of it, and save 10% of it. That's the goal right there. You can say, well, I'll just pay off my debt with 30% of it, and the debt will be gone quicker. Yeah, but then you don't have any of this savings building up, which is a huge motivator. To just say, even if you've never had any money, and you've lived check to check for the last however many years, it feels great to finally have $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, saved up, even though you still are paying them credit cards off and that car off and a house or whatever you got. Wipe all that stuff out. And then as you're getting older, that lifestyle really start paying off. So let me equate that, because I don't care too much about finances. It's simple to me because, like I said, I don't love it. So eating less is the opposite of that. It's not having a surplus. It's not eating enough to take extra calories and store them for the future, because that is what your body does. Well, it's surprising to look at a big dude like me, fairly muscular, 240 pounds, 5'9", 53, fairly active, walk miles and miles at a time, lift weights, work out, active job. I could probably eat way in the high 2000s of calories a day and probably still lose weight. So it's not like I'm telling you to like starve yourself. Like if I ate 2,000 calories a day, that would be like probably a huge deficit for me, like over 500 calories a day deficit, if not 1,000, if you include the exercise. So it's kind of like that. So it's the opposite of saving up. You know, I need to make $200, $300, $400 a month extra so that I can put it away. So I can save $100 and pay off debt with 300 and still keep paying the extra until you wipe it all out. You start with your highest interest credit card or highest interest car loan or whatever you have is the highest interest. You pay that one off first. And then you work your way up and just wipe it all out. So compare that to dieting, because that's consistency. That's something you just do, and it's kind of like set it and forget it. So how can your eating and your dieting and you're eating less and you're eating the right foods, and how can that be set it and forget it? And so I'm not claiming to have that exact answer. I mean, I could tell you the answers, like only eat this, and I'd be right and you'd lose weight, but you won't do it. I mean, that's the problem. You know, the diet industry in America is multi-billion-dollar a year industry, and it's because people don't do it. I mean, I'm telling you, drink water and walk, eat only clean foods. I mean, eat meat, fish, seafood if you want, eggs, and then a lot of vegetables, like many servings a day, 1 or 2 servings of fruit. Maybe don't even eat the nuts and seeds and berries, because like the nuts and seeds, they just are so high calorie. It's nutritious, but to be able to eat less, you want to eat less calories, not less volume. And so you can eat more volume of, say, celery. You could eat pounds of celery and be so stuffed, and you know, it's enough calories to starve to death. So, you know, as far as like how can I set it and forget it with this eat less lifestyle, it's just think about eating less calories, not less volume of food. Like when I cooked lunch yesterday, there's a little shrimp stir fry. It was a pre-cooked, like it was not pre-cooked, but a pre-bagged, set up little shrimp stir fry. So it just had like 6-8 shrimp in it and a bunch of vegetables, and it was plenty for 2 people, especially because we had a couple sides, some yogurt and berries and stuff. But the whole bag was like 300 calories, and I was like, my God, I could eat this whole thing myself, and it would be way under for a meal for calories. Hello, Donald Henderson. So thankful that you stopped by. You guys, please give me that thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Somebody give me that super chat, super thank you. One of these days it's going to happen. I'm going to keep talking about it till somebody does it. One of these days I said I'm going to get up in the morning and get on the bike and go live and just keep riding until, I might have to do it all night because there ain't too many people watching YouTube live in the mornings at work, but I'm going to get there. Bro, why? I don't know, buddy. I don't know who you are. The moderation of the channel is somewhat automated. I'm just loving life and plugging away. If there's any negativity, a lot of the predetermined Facebook, there's a couple different settings you can set on your channel as far as like ban things that happen. So I don't know. I don't know at all. But back to the living good life, you know. Don't argue with your wife about money because your wife is more important than money. And, you know, don't neglect putting away some of your money, because it does a few things. Like it's self-discipline. Like I want to buy a toy. Like for me, I'm into like Swiss Army knives or a Leatherman or camping new tent or sleeping bag, or I could buy that, or because some of those items are expensive, I could do that, or I can put it away and build my investment portfolio and grow that monthly passive income so that when I retire, I can have a decent life. And so that's kind of easy if you just let it happen. And so now with this dieting, it's so hard because you have to eat. It's not like Best Bite. It's not like you can just say, well, I'm just never going to eat again. Because I can say, well, I'm never going to drink again. You know, that's easy. And I'm not saying I'll never drink again, but I'm saying it's not it's not out of the question. Well, it's not out of physical reality. It's not life or death. Like, I can't say I'm never going to eat again. Um, you have to eat. So it's one of the reasons I haven't fasted lately. And because I had the stroke and I'm on some medications that I've never been on in my life, like a really small dose of blood pressure medication and a something at night I take. I got to take it right now. Actually, it's like a cholesterol. I probably don't even need that one, but I'm on those things, so I can't exactly fast. But and I know I can fast for a week or two and lose tons of weight. It's super easy. But if you can't eat less, then you're wasting your time. So you want to be able to really get yourself programmed to be able to eat less, to be able to eat less calories, less junk food for sure. Like if there's somebody out there that, let's say you're consuming 3,200 calories a day and you're overweight and it's getting out of control. And really the only problem is that you drink pop or you go get a coffee in the morning with some kind of sugar filled cream on top, and it's 500, 600, 700 calories. Like, if you only cut that out and just drink water, like I said, if you're going to drink coffee, just drink black coffee. You'll get used to it and you'll love it. I love it. I don't drink it now, but I do love it. And same with black tea. Switch to that. Less problems with the caffeine, but still give you that boost. Actually give you a real boost and not crash in the afternoon like the black coffee does. But let's see how many miles we're going on here. We're just at 7 kilometers. So I do want to hit significantly more than that. We got enough battery life to keep on going. Dom Dad on 33. Oh, you left. But yeah, it said something about why you banned me. I don't even know how to ban somebody. I'm not sure what that means. Especially because you're here, or you were. So anyway, welcome to the channel. If you're just stopping in to check out Tip to Tip, it's just a lifestyle channel about. And it's been going for like 3 years. Initially it was just like, let me get my life on track and lose weight. But then I realized, life is a lot more about a lot more important things than just losing weight. But do lose weight. Don't lose track of that. But, get your finances in order, get your emotions in order so that you can meet the right people. I dated so many, including all the way back 25 years ago with my ex-wife. Just not bad people or nothing, but they're just not right for you. You're so different, and it's just a doomed relationship from day one. So get your own emotions in check, get your own life in order, be happy about who you are, and then you have a lot higher chance to meet the right person and enjoy happiness together, because you're both already happy. So all right, guys, getting a little tired. I'm kind of pumping on this thing. I'm gonna hit up 8 times. I think I'm gonna finish off the 15 kilometers and call it quits there. And of course I'm done eating for the day. I don't think I did an awesome today eating. Breakfast I cooked less. Like, so yesterday I was talking about, I made the 4 slices of toast and the 4 eggs and the big old stir fry of vegetables and eggs and everything. And so today I was making the same thing, but instead of 4 slices of toast I made 2. And it's like the multi-grain, multi-seed bread. And then instead of 4 eggs, I made 3, and I put the vegetables in. I served it on the plate, put it in front of my wife, and we sat down and ate it. And it was still way too much. Like, we were both just really full. So it was like, okay, this is part of that just set it and forget it auto plan ideas. Like, just learn how to make less food. Like, because before you eat food, you got to plan the meal. And if, maybe you got to cook it, maybe you got to prepare it, maybe you put it on a plate. It starts all the way back. It starts all the way back to when you're shopping and you buy a bag of something and you look at it and let's just say it's whatever. This is going to be, maybe it was 1 meal at one time in your life, but now it's going to be 4 meals or something like that. It starts all the way back. And like I said yesterday, day before, about, if you will notice when you start eating that you're almost immediately not hungry. I'm not saying you eat 3 bites of food and you're full, but you're not hungry. You're not hungry to the point of like you were like 3 hours ago, not hungry. And if you would just let it be at that, especially dinner, like not overeating for dinner is going to be massive profit in your health and wellness and weight loss journey. Don't eat late, like don't eat past, I say 7 p.m., but that is kind of borderline almost too late. But if you don't go to bed till like 10:30, that's 3.5 hours, and that's pretty close. But try to be done eating as soon as possible. Put off breakfast. You don't have to eat every day at 6 a.m. You can eat at 8, 9, 10. You can eat your first meal at noon. There's no like magic, I need all this food right away as soon as I wake up. You can check, even if you don't have diabetes, you can buy, it's cheap at Walmart to buy that blood sugar tester kit. A little pricks your finger with the needle, and then you put the strip in the little tester and put a drop of blood on there and test your blood sugar. It'll be normal range. But when you check it first thing in the morning when you wake up, it'll be higher. It'll be higher to about as high as when you eat a meal. So let's say your blood sugar is normally 80, and then you eat a healthy meal and it goes up to 120, 130, 140, even whatever, 150 even, and then, within an hour or whatever, it goes back down. Well, when in the morning, let's say you eat your last meal at 7 p.m. and you wake up at 7 a.m., so you haven't eaten for 12 hours, you wake up and immediately check your blood sugar, it's going to be elevated above that 80. It might be 90 or 100. It's called the dawn phenomenon. It's your body's way of giving you food. It's actually one of the things that wakes you up from sleep, is your blood sugar starts rising, and it wakes you up. But you have energy now. Now you have sugar, calories, in your bloodstream to burn up in your muscles for energy to get going in the day. So you don't need to just immediately start eating. And that's a well-regulated system within your body. There's only if you look at the amount of sugar in your bloodstream that's healthy, it's a tiny amount. Like if you equated it to white sugar, it's only like a tablespoon of sugar. Like that's how much is running through your blood. The rest just gets stored up in your muscles and burned off, and your body's constantly burning any carbs that are there. Which, by the way, is why like low carb diets work so good. I'm not saying they're the only way, because obviously they're not. There's all this food that was put on the earth for us to survive off of, but we're not surviving. We're just morbidly obese. What do we got here? You kind of look like... I have no idea who that is, but I'll check him out. Is he an old man like me? Well, if he has glasses and he's in his 50s. Dang it, now I got sidetracked what I was talking about. The food, what we're designed to eat, and why the low-carb dieting works so good is because we've just poisoned our bodies, and with all this visceral fat and the leaky gut and then the fatty liver disease, your liver is pouring fat out of it into your abdominal cavity where all your organs are, and they get surrounded by fat and they don't work right, and you wonder why you get diabetes. And it's like your pancreas is choked out by fat, and so your body's such an efficient carbohydrate burning machine, but then all of a sudden it's not. And it's kind of, and it's like, well, God created us to eat carbs. Of course we can eat carbs. It's like, yeah, you can when you're not fat, so when you don't have that abdominal cavity filled with fat and that visceral fat underneath your skin just clogging up your system, and that midsection especially, especially if you have a skinny face and a big fat belly, then you have something going on. You either have some kind of yeast overgrowth or the leaky, the fatty liver disease or something going on. That you got a big spare tire, but you're not even, like your arms aren't fat and your face and neck aren't fat. But I do believe that's part of my problem, is the organs are just not functioning properly because of the junk food. I think I tell my wife all the time, I don't eat junk food hardly at all anymore. Like the junkiest thing I eat now is like homemade bread that I made this morning. I made like oatmeal with wheat flour, no sugar, no nothing, and just made some bread, like muffins out of it. Put some cinnamon and raisins in it, and a tiny bit of grade B organic maple syrup as sweetener. And that was my junk food. And it's still junk, though, compared to, so I was talking about how your body's such an efficient. Oh, hi, Hector. Good to see you. Hello, hello, hi. How your body's so efficient at burning those carbs, but it's also efficient at storing those carbs. Because if you're going on a long journey or you're about to have to survive the winter, it's you want to eat all these berries and eat all this food and get fat to survive the winter when the fruit and vegetables aren't growing and you don't have as much access to food that you can go months without eating. You really can. It's known. People do it all the time. The world record is 382 days. That's documented world record fast. Who knows what the actual world record is, but that's over a year with zero food. And it's because your body will burn the fat for fuel when you don't have carbs. And it's so interesting too, like your body will only store between like 1 and 3,000 calories of carbohydrates, but almost unlimited amount of fat. So you just burn up them carbs. Takes only like 1 day if you quit eating carbs. Really, like, especially if you're fasting, but even if you're not fasting, because like the carnivore diet, for example, you don't even have to name it. If you just eat steak and eggs and fried in butter, drink water, and just suffer, just eat hamburgers, fried hamburger, put a pat of butter and fry a hamburger and eat that for every meal. Eat a half a dozen eggs every day. The carbohydrates are going to be out of your body within 24 hours. And your body's going to go into just extreme fat burning mode because that's where all the fuel will come from then, because there's no carbs left. Although there is about 5% of you. Your stored body fat does have some carbs in it. Barely any, but some. But it helps your brain function. And so it's aside the story. It's all starting about, shouldn't I just go on a fast for 3 months, 6 months, and just get down to the most ripped I could ever be? And a lot of me says, yeah, that is the answer. But not if I start eating like a pig at the end. Then it's terrible for you. So I do want to do that, but at the same time, I know I haven't mastered my diet yet. And so I have to master that eating less. And the more you exercise, I was talking about how exercise is so insignificant when it comes to losing weight. For example, you could work out all day, every day, and still be a morbidly obese, terrible fitness, because you eat 15,000 calories of ice cream every day. See, it can be done, right? But you can work out never and be in great shape, And when I say work out never, I mean like heavy lifting and, running and jogging and pumping iron and squats and bench press. You can just go for a walk and eat less and drink water and you'll be in great shape. Especially if you walk far, 10,000 steps is a great start because that's like 5 miles. If you're walking 5 miles a day and drinking only water and eating all clean food, that would get you there. Beef, chicken, turkey, fish, eggs, nuts, seeds, berries, fruits, and vegetables. Just eat all that. And just say 2,000 calories if you're a big dude like me. You could go all the way down to maybe 1,200 calories if you're a short and want to be very thin woman. You could get all the way down to like 1,200 calories. I wouldn't go any less than that. You could intermittently go less. You could just eat like 600 calories maybe one day here and there, and it kind of would simulate that you fasted that day. But it doesn't have a whole lot of benefit. Added benefit as far as like just eating a healthy whole foods diet every day. So what did I do today? Like I said, I made that breakfast. It was a little bigger, but I was happy about it because I was like, I'm realizing I just made less food for breakfast a couple days in a row and realized I'm still making too much. And I don't need that much, especially because I don't have any big desire to eat during the day. I always have desire to eat at night. And that's why I'm so overweight. And I think it goes back to my alcoholic days when, let's say I'd get off work at 3 o'clock and I would immediately go out drinking and drink until late, drink for like 6 hours. And then, and don't eat nothing. I haven't eaten anything since lunchtime at work. And then pig out. Like really bad at night, between 9 and 10:30 p.m. just an hour and a half or two of just binge eating pizza and chips and snacks and junk, and you know, maybe a couple more beers, and then pass out. When I quit drinking, I realized I hadn't fallen asleep for 20 years. Like, I'd only passed out. what what a terrible way to live. But that's gone. Haven't had a single beer this year. Had one last year. No, I had more than one last year, but I had a beer last year, like last September. That was the last one I had, so actually it's been more than a year. October, November, December. It's been like 15 months. And I don't even think about it. It's that set it and forget it, like alcohol's not good for you, I'm letting it go. And so we got to get there with the processed food as well. We have to, I mean, you have to understand the impact on your health. Something I've been doing is like, okay, I ate lunch at 1, and I don't want to eat dinner till about 6, and then that'll be done. But I get hungry in the middle there somewhere. And so one thing is stay busy. Go get on the bike, go for a walk, go to the gym, go do your hobbies. For me, my other YouTube channel is about like outdoor activities and stuff. And so like, it's like bug out bags and camping and stuff like that. And so I'll go do some of that stuff. I'll go pack some bags or make a video about that. And that really occupies your time. Or like right now, it's late at night. This would be the time where, like I said, I would go pig out and eat late after dinner time. Now it's different because I don't drink, but it's like, hey, stay busy. Go do 15 kilometers or 15 miles on the treadmill. I just realized I've been saying kilometers, but it's miles. Go do 15 miles on the treadmill, and that burns up an hour or whatever, 45 minutes, however long it takes. I haven't even kept track really, but it's that habit stacking behavior that, you know, like working out makes me want to. And I said working out's so not important. It's really not, but if it boosts your mental state, you know, if it helps manage your emotions in relation to eating unhealthily, then it could be the key factor. It could be the one thing that's setting you over the edge of being in a calorie deficit every day. Not that you ate too much, but then you worked out more, because you don't want that to be the case. You always want to eat less. If your goal, let's say I want to weigh 170 pounds, which means I should be eating about 1,700 calories. And you see how you do that? You just divide by 10. Okay, for that goal weight. But I don't need to eat that much right now, but I could. So let's just say I started eating 1,700 calories a day. But then I worked out, and I walked 5 miles that day, and I did my exercises and my Tai Chi and yoga and my squats and, you know, my lunges. And I know I burned an extra 500 calories, so I can eat 500 more. It's like, yeah, you can, but don't. Just eat the calories that you know is your goal weight for a few reasons. But one is because it's that big mental motivator that's making you want to eat less and do good. But also because you want to be able to not eat those 500 calories when you don't work out. You know, you don't want to be used to eating those 500 calories extra every day, and then something happens and you don't work out. And then, especially for an extended period of time, like say you're in your 20s and 30s now and working out is easy and fun and feels great, and then all of a sudden in your 40s and 50s and 60s it doesn't. It's going to benefit you more to have learned how to eat that healthy, clean, low-calorie diet than to go overboard with the working out. And you know how many people, you know, have health issues related to working out. Even that big popular personal trainer on TV, whatever his name was, you know, he had like a massive heart attack because he was working out too hard, and now he switched his whole game up, and he realizes it's like, hey, you don't need to push yourself that hard, you know, just mild exercise. Like look up you should always be in your heart rate zone. You know, I'm not saying the heart rate zone diet or the heart rate zone workout plan. I'm saying don't stress yourself out for too long of a time very often. You know, you could run some sprints, you know, but that's very short term. That's 1 minute, you know, that's 3 minutes. That's not, you know, pumping, you know, doing 600-pound squats, getting your blood pressure up to, you know, 500 over 300 and you know, just killing yourself. You know, that's not what we're looking for. You know, but for me, I'm not even on that level. I'm like, just work out easy, ride the bike, walk, do some lunges and squats and push-ups and sit-ups and planks and just basic easy stuff. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need to show off. You don't need to impress anybody. You just do your thing, rock steady, just keep working out, keep eating right, get there. Wake up every day and say, I'm going to do better. I'm going to eat less. I'm going to make this smaller meal. I'm going to plan ahead. Have a backup plan for when you want to eat junk food. Say, like I have my Bible on my table right now, and I was just like, go sit down and read the Bible for 5 minutes. And you say, well, 5 minutes isn't very long. Man, I can't keep my attention span lasts like 10 seconds. If I read the Bible for 5 minutes, I guarantee you I'm going to totally forget about eating or anything else that that I was doing. Oh, this guy, Miniverse, he got me wanting to look up this Felix from Stray Kids. I don't know if it's a cartoon or what, but I'm gonna check it out. Especially if I go back and check the video, because I have such a poor memory at times, short term especially. But hey guys, there's nobody even listening right now, but if you're listening later as the video is going on, I hope you consider to like, share, and subscribe. Give me that thumbs up, please, everybody. Give me that thumbs up. Don't be afraid to give me the super thanks. Hype the video. Share some stickers. Join the membership. I think I only have one membership for like 99 cents a month, just to support the channel. Just help me buy some advertising or promote the channel in a way to help more people. Not going to be getting rich off of it or anything, but it's just something to let my fans know that they can help me out. They can help encourage me with a super chat or a membership. A monthly membership is only 99 cents. I mean, you do things that are $10 a day, you don't even notice. 99 cents a month is never going to be noticed. I would even subscribe to my own channel if I could. I should see if I can. Watch that 99 cents come out. I had $6 coming out of my checking account for 2 years that I didn't even know about until a couple months ago. It was like some investment app that I had never even used. I opened it, I had some money in it, and I transferred it out, and I closed the account, I thought. But then I never got it closed, and they were charging me $6 a month for 2 years, and I never even noticed. With all them charges, gas and groceries and bills coming out, I just never noticed that one line of $6. And I finally saw it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? They're still taking my money. So, all right, guys, we are at, I was going to let you guys go about 7 kilometers ago, and here I am miles ago, I'm at 13 and a half miles. Maybe it was kilometers. Now I'm confused. I got to remember what my bike is on. I got the tension turned up a little more than usual. Sometimes I just have it on completely free mode, because if I do 15 a day, it wears my legs out pretty good. And so I keep it pretty light. I just have a little bit of tension on there. I can feel a little sweat in my hair, a little bit on my arms and back and chest, and so it's getting a little workout. Getting a little something done there. So let me know what you guys want to talk about, guys. I love to come on here and chat. And I'm really getting into going live when I'm working out, because I'm just talking anyway. And just chatting about diet and fitness and finance and religion. And I don't talk politics, so don't ask anything about that. But just burning time, it's kind of, what do you do? Like, you play video games, you sit and watch TV, you scroll through your phone, you watch Facebook shorts for, I wish people knew how many hours a week they did that. It's mind-blowing. I'm not saying I don't fall into it. I'll see something on my phone and I'll click it, and then all of a sudden 5 minutes later I realize I've just been scrolling through these mind-numbing shorts of, I don't even have no idea. It's just completely random, and somehow it grabs your attention. And so break that cycle and let something important grab your attention, like your family and your friends and your wife and your children and your God and your study of God's word and good things like that. All right, guys, we are on the last, and my phone's got to be getting down to almost dying anyway, but we are getting down to the last less than 1 mile. on the bike. Yeah, there is an M there. I think it is miles. And my speed, I used to try to pump it up to like 20 miles an hour, but I think I got it a little. Well, I'm at like 19 right now. I mean, I'm pumping my legs okay. Keeping it going. Didn't have too many people chatting with me live today, but that's okay. I'm still loving the channel, loving you guys, loving the support. Come check me out. We're gonna hit the 15 kilometers here in just probably 2 minutes, and that'll be it. So as a giveaway, as the end of the video, let's just go back over. Let's just top 5. Drink water. Go for a walk. Eat the clean food. And then like that'd be the top 3 to just really increase your fitness and health. And the cleanest water you can find. Cleanest food you can find. Walk as far as you can. You know, if you can get into a habit of walking 10 miles a day, that would be just awesome for you. And then let's say that the next 2, because there's so many good things, you know, do yoga, do breathing exercise, do cold therapy. It's a toss-up of which 2 I'd throw in there. I mean, cold therapy is awesome. Yoga is awesome. Meditation is awesome. Reading the Bible is awesome. Prayer is awesome. I don't know if I could whittle it down to 5. I guess prayer would have to be in there, or studying the Bible and prayer maybe as 1. And then maybe some like yoga, because they also incorporate breathing exercises sometimes. Like I do my Tai Chi, where I'm doing like, I'm kind of like feet spread apart, like I'm doing a squat, and then go from one side to the other, stretching my legs while doing the breathing exercises at the same time. And so things like that, guys, just compound movements, but also like compound, just compounding your efforts and your actions in life that lead to the accomplishment of your goals. The goal is to weigh 170 pounds. Be healthy, you know, never have a stroke again. That's my number 1 as far as health and fitness is related, is get so skinny I don't ever have another stroke. And I don't need any medication for blood pressure or cholesterol or any of this dumb shit, diabetes, which I don't have anything right now anyway. Oh, sweet. All right, guys. We just hit the 15 miles. The video's over. The Zach is over. Oh, get my booty off of that seat. Guys, like I always say, Jesus loves you, I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.